Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the 11 things you need to know before moving to Tarrytown. Hey guys, this is Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor here in Austin, Texas. If you want to learn everything about living, breathing, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in Austin, Texas, make sure to click that subscribe button and click that notification button so you get notified every time I do videos like this one. I get calls and texts every day from folks just like you who are wanting to relocate to the Austin area. If you're even thinking about moving to anywhere in the Austin metro area, make sure to call me, text me, email me, or send me an Instagram DM, like literally whatever works for you. If you want to move to Austin, Texas, I got you. Today, we're gonna go over the 11 things that you need to know about Tarrytown. Let's go. Oh, Tarrytown. Where do I even begin? This is such an enchanting part of Austin. It's such a wonderful, beautiful neighborhood that looks like it was taken out of a fairy tale. So basically the boundaries for Tarrytown are just west of Mopac, like literally right on Mopac. It kind of goes up this way on Lake Austin Boulevard up to 35th Street. This is still very much a central Austin neighborhood because it's super close to downtown. And then of course you're on Mopac, so you can get to anywhere very quickly. What can you expect from Tarrytown? You can expect really well-maintained homes and a lot of construction because there is constantly construction going on, whether it's a new house or like fixing a road or anything, but there's a lot of construction going on. But really well-maintained homes, really charming little stores. It's got kind of this like old-timey feeling with a little bit of a new vibe twist. It really feels like home. The lifestyle. I personally think that Tarrytown is actually kind of small compared to some of the other neighborhoods that I've talked about in other videos. It's very friendly, very neighborly. It's got like this like homey old school vibe to it. Even if they don't know you, like they will say hello. There's tons of people on the street walking their dogs, going for a walk. There's kids outside playing. And it's just a very warm neighborhood. You almost feel like you're getting a hug when you go in. I know this sounds super over the top cheesy, you guys, but it's really one of a kind. The style of homes. Driving through Tarrytown, you will literally see tons of different styles of homes. I feel like I see lots of bungalows that were built like in the early 1900s that are well maintained. You also see more stately like homes that are big, like old school mansion types that were beautifully maintained. They're historical buildings. Really modern homes are definitely trending over there. So it's very common to see kind of like little Texas cottages as well as Tudor homes, which is more of like a Scandinavian Norwegian vibe to it, which is super random, but they fit beautifully right in the variety and the potpourri that is Tarrytown. One of the things that folks in Tarrytown really love is the access to Lake Austin. It's right there in the neighborhood. The neighborhood literally sits on Lake Austin. You can walk over there, depending what part of the neighborhood you live in. You can bike, and of course you can drive. There's just so much greenery in Tarrytown. I cannot emphasize it enough. When you drive through back roads, through main roads, people's yards, there's tons of old, really gnarly trees, and there's just so much character and such a welcoming, foresty, fairy tale vibe to the whole neighborhood. Something that I personally really love is Mozarts Cafe. Mozarts Cafe sits literally right on the edge of Lake Austin. They have, it's a coffee shop, and of course you can buy desserts there, ice cream, cookies, tea, hot cocoa, like really anything. I think they also have cake. And they've got a large deck overlooking Lake Austin. So of course you've got a beautiful view of the water and people going by in like little boats and stuff like that. It's really common to see students studying there, families out just for a family outing, people there on dates. I mean, there's so many different reasons people go there, but overall it just has such a welcoming vibe. It's such a clean, happy spot to go visit in Austin. Also, Cafe Mozart does this holiday light show, and it is over the top, corny, but it is so fun. I think they do it every hour on the hour starting sometime in November. I want to say maybe around Thanksgiving time. Basically, it's like a 20-25 minute light show that they have. It's like the lights that they have set up dance to holiday music. It's really fun, especially if you had a couple drinks. People tend to be really impressed by it, and it's free, so you can go get your hot cocoa or whatever you want and then sit there and watch the light show. Another Austin staple that resides in Tarrytown is the Deep Eddy Municipal Pool. Deep Eddy is popular for a couple reasons. Number one, there are basically like two pools pretty much next to each other. One of them's a normal pool with like normal filtered chloride water, and the other one is a pool that is filled with natural springs water. Deep Eddy Pool has more of a community pool feel to it as opposed to like Barton Springs, for instance. It's pretty common to see families on outings at Deep Eddy. Tarrytown also has one of the top elementary schools in Austin. The truth is, most AISD schools are not very highly rated. However, Cassis Elementary School is rated 10 out of 10. Of course, this naturally draws lots of families to the area, and it also helps homes retain their value. So like I mentioned earlier, Tarrytown has a lot of different styles of homes. They've got older mansions, new modern homes, more like bungalow style homes. And this is one of the most expensive zip codes in Austin proper. With that said, I think we can kind of deduct that Tarrytown is super exclusive. You can get a single family home there starting in the low 700s up to well into the multi-millions. So it's pretty common to see a home anywhere from about 2.5 up to about $6 million there. I do want to point out though that even though it is an exclusive place to live, it is very friendly and very welcoming to everybody. People from other parts of Austin, of course, go there to dine, walk around, use the parks, go to Deep Eddy Pool. And it's not necessarily one of the neighborhoods that's super flashy. It's fairly modest. You don't necessarily see super expensive sports cars driving around. People are very down to earth. And if you literally pass somebody else in the street, like they'll probably wave at you. So it's definitely doesn't have this like stuck up vibe or anything. It's very grounded and very welcoming. I really think which is largely why it makes it so charming. And lastly, location. I've said so many wonderful things about this neighborhood. Aside from the prices being astronomically high, I really can't think of anything negative. It's scenic, it's beautiful, it's centrally located, and one of the boundaries of the neighborhood is literally right on Mopac. So highway access and access to main roads is almost instant. And of course in Austin, where there is so much traffic most of the time, it's so valuable being able to have such quick access to one of the main roads or a highway. It's also super close to downtown, Lady Bird Lake. And of course, being right on Mopac, you can hop on, it'll take you north, you can go to the Domain, you can head south, go to the Greenbelt. Honestly, it's just got such good access and overall location. I have kind of a random side story about Tarrytown. Earlier this year, I was driving through the neighborhood and I saw a bunch of mansions. And of course they were gorgeous and I was super intrigued. As a realtor, I have access to every home that is for sale in Central Texas, basically. There was one in particular that stood out to me because it was priced at the very top of the market. It was like, I want to say 5.5 million. The house was massive. I think it was just over 6,000 square feet, tons of bedrooms, tons of bathrooms, entertaining areas, everything you would expect from a true Texas mansion, I believe. I was looking at the photos. And of course, they were gorgeous. The house was really beautifully done. And I just kept thinking, this house is so cool. I wonder who owns it. So I went into the tax record, you guys, and I saw the owner's name, and the owner of the house was Kendra Scott. No joke. On the tax record, it said Scott Kendra. If you don't know who Kendra Scott is, she is a local jewelry designer. Kendra Scott started off here in like Central Austin selling jewelry to boutiques and little stores. And then eventually her business grew to a national level. She is now one of America's self-made female billionaires, and she's been featured in so many different magazines and business magazines and videos and articles and interviews. Like, the woman is amazing. She's, from what I've seen, seems to be really down to earth and still very much a proud Austinite. I don't know where she went after she sold her house in Tarrytown. I almost cried when I saw her name on the tax record. So, fun story, now you know. So there we go. Those are 11 things that you need to know about Tarrytown. If there's anything else that you're curious about, have questions about, any comments you want to make, please feel free to leave a comment. at the bottom at the comment section. Like I mentioned, I'm a local realtor here in Austin. If you are thinking of relocating anywhere in the Austin area, feel free to call me, text me, email me, send me an Instagram DM, whatever works for you. If you want to move to the Austin area, I got you.